so dark.
It'll change once it gets.
Every single light is on in here. I swear we need to have like.
One of my friends is selling selfie rings for $40. I wonder if
I have a ring.
Do you?
I do. Deb got it for me a while ago.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Sorry, we go live and we're mid-conversation because we realize it's 10.
And I drug her into the yarn room at 10 minutes to 10 and then went, well, that was a dumb idea because
that's okay.
We can spend an hour in there.
Right?
Sit on the floor.
I got to see secrets and I can't tell you what I saw because I'll get in trouble. I'm Carlye.
And Sue.
So it's good to be here.
Welcome
Deb is
back.
Traveling back, I believe, from Seattle. I think is where she at.
Is she traveling back today?
I think so. Either today or tomorrow.
Could be.
I don't know.
Do you know when she's leaving again?
No
I don't
idea.
know. I have.
No idea.
I think she sent me an itinerary, but it changed since when she sent me the itinerary.
She'll have to redo one?
I think so.
Well, we need her to do that though, because we had a realization this morning. This is 194.
Jesus criminy.
So in 6 episodes,
I
won't say 6 weeks because we may not be here every week. We're only here this week because I texted Sue yesterday and was like, podcast? Question mark?
And I'm like, if you want to.
Do you want to? And I was like, let's do it.
I said, because I'm not doing it by myself.
Oh, she first had to ask if I would be back because I was in Columbus.
I knew you were in Columbus because you sent us beautiful photos of the yarn shop.
The yarn shop there is gorgeous.
What was the name of it?
We'll talk about that in just a second, though. I got to finish my thought.
Yeah.
I can't, Deb.
Yeah, okay. We can't squirrel. Finish your thought.
So we are working on potentially planning something special for the 200th episode of Flocker at the Table. So if you have ideas, send them in the chat.
Yeah.
Send them in an email. Post them on Instagram, whatever you want.
Tag us. Flag us. Poke us.
Find us. Yeah.
Flockaroundthetable hashtag. We'll find it. We'll find it.
Or if you see Deb in her travels, tell her.
Yeah. Say, girl, we want all your ducks.
You may see her more often than we do.
It's very well. You ain't over in Norway. If you see Deb, tell her we need her help. No.
Yeah. Like, please come back.
We need the itinerary.
We should have her like pre-records and stuff, and then we can just hold it up and be like, here's Deb.
She calls in every once.
She does. She did one time. Yeah, I was here the one time. She was like,
Deb's
calling.
Deb's calling.
So, hi, Nancy. Oh my gosh. Nancy, are you a morning person? Because that is really early in California right now. It is only 7:03 there.
That's not really early.
I am not a morning person.
I know you're not. That was 3 hours after I woke up. So
I went to a conference this past week for work.
Yeah.
In Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
And they
not
had
that far away. You drove there, right? Yeah.
We drove and stayed like one night there.
Okay.
But it was
that's fair.
5 of us in the van.
Oh.
Yeah, 5. 4 coworkers and myself.
Did you drive?
No. I sat in the back and knitted.
Nice. I would have too.
And then
I would have too.
On the way home, I claimed the very back of the van and laid down and slept.
Well, yeah.
Because I was getting a migraine. And I was like, I had to like battle a coworker for the very back. I was like, no, I claimed that move.
Right.
So, yeah, Dayton, Ohio this week. I don't know why I was talking about that.
I don't know either because
now I'm pulling a Deb.
Squirreled.
Yeah. So anyway, then, oh, yes, they had little tags that you put, like when you go to a conference, you get your little name badge and then you can put little flags underneath that say things.
Yeah.
They had funny ones.
Oh, good.
And mine had like Z's on it and it says, I'm not a morning person.
You're not.
At all.
No.
And so I wanted to forewarn everybody. But then I had fun picking them out for each of my coworkers. One of them didn't appreciate the one I picked out for them, I don't think. Well, he wouldn't wear it. I was like, fine, be a party pooper, whatever. That was the person that was trying to take the back of the van.
I'm brain fart right now. Yeah. Can you fix that for me?
What am I fixing?
I dropped a stitch.
Oh.
And I'm just Monday morning brain fart. I can't figure out how, like,
It's Sunday. I know.
And I had a week.
She had a week. She had to ask me, should I share this or not?
And
should I tell you?
What do you think?
I don't know. I would go into gory details.
Because I went into gory details with her. I gave her enough snippet
and said, do you want to hear more?
Do you want to hear more? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just say that it was a backed up sort of week.
Oh, I did that backwards.
It's backwards.
It's beautiful.
It's fine. It's beautiful. It's fine.
Are you sure?
I'm positive because all the rest of them that I dropped and picked up are all backwards too. So we're good.
So in Casapinka, Sharon from security would call them Sharon snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They're not
see,
perfect.
I dropped them all and I picked them up as knit, and I have to go back to my thing.
All right.
So it's just a faux pas.
Yeah, she had a rough week.
I did have a rough week. I didn't work on Thursday because of the backup.
Let's just say roads were blocked.
Yeah.
Roads were very blocked.
Whole intersections of roads were blocked. And Friday night, I worked. Friday night, I didn't sleep at all. Not a wink. I tried to. I was in bed. And then Saturday, the congestion stopped.
Roads opened.
Construction was done. The avalanche happened. And then I spent all Saturday in bed. Yeah.
But to have construction going on all week.
All week.
That not being able to eat,
couldn't eat really. Knew I needed to eat something to like have nutrition in me.
Right.
But knowing that is just adding to the problem.
And she goes, do you want to hear about this before breakfast or after breakfast?
She was like, oh, I'm good.
I was
before.
like, it doesn't matter. I worked for the Department of Child Services for 15 years. I don't know that much is going to faze me.
You can't faze me.
Now, if it was like gory in-person stuff.
No,
like,
well, this is a story.
Yeah, but if I was watching someone throw up, I would probably throw up as well. That's different. But hearing about it, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. So
we have 2 Karens on this morning.
So that's how my week went, and literally got 0 knitting done. I got 0 done with the shop. Yeah, so like no new things up at the shop, 0 knitting, and I went to pick up this knitting and literally dropped like 20 stitches because I didn't put a tip hugger on.
This is why you need huggers
and
to hug your tips.
And then when
it's clipped right there.
I know it's freaking clipped right there. I did literally, it's clipped right there. And I didn't put it on. Dropped a whole bunch of them. When I picked them up, it was a pearl side, but of course I picked them up as if to knit. And I'm not correcting them. I'm just not.
Sharon's next.
Yeah.
And
speaking of Sharon snacks, our Sharon, Chicken Sharon,
is leaving us.
Yeah, and she gave us all of
a day's notice.
She's like,
she gave us a heads up that they were selling and moving to Florida.
Yeah.
Like her house went on the market. But she did not give us a timeline of when she was leaving. She didn't say it's going to be a couple months. It's going to be a week. I'm sure it depended on how quickly the house sold and things like that, but still.
And I haven't seen Sharon.
No, because we work. We can't go to Tuesday knitting.
I don't go to Tuesday knitting, so I don't see Chicken Sharon.
And
so I'm rather perturbed about this.
Now we're like texting, like, can you meet up before you go?
She texted this morning saying, exactly. I'm going to pull up exactly what she sent to us.
While you pull that up.
Yes.
So
you guys know exactly what she
I have been knitting on a hat, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm knitting it off to smaller needles for the brim, the whatever you call it,
the ribbing.
Yeah, I did some of the ribbing in the regular size, and now I was like, oh, I need to go smaller.
I need to go smaller. Yeah,
but this is a muscle. I'm pulling a Deb, but I'm using up the rest of my yarn that I used I got 2 Musselburghs, 2 full Musselburghs out of the yarn that I had bought. And so now I'm just using up the rest of my rainbow yarn. But that's what I'm sitting here working on. All right, you got it?
Okay, so this is exactly what Chicken Sharon said in our group text. Husband, Kitty, and I heading to Florida next week. Now, we got this morning. So next week meaning sometime this coming week.
Right.
We'll miss each and every one of you. Such great friendships over the years. I was so lucky to have found you all. So many happy memories. Thank you. Come see me. And then she gives us her address.
Which the town she's going to is gorgeous. I love that town.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And so my response back to the group, I was going to text her separately, but I thought, nope. She texted us to the group. We're going to text us back. I said, holy buckets, that was super fast. We will miss your bubbly self. Any chance of a quick last minute get together? Quick. Because she says she's busy.
Right.
So I'm like, we can go over there, not to her house, but over to her side of.
Yep.
Meet at the pizza joint, have a slice of pizza, give a hug and a kiss, and
go to the ice cream shop right by her house.
Meet at the yarn shop by her house.
Yeah.
Give her a skein of yarn. Say, here.
Here's more to move.
Pack this
Here's
with your
more
stuff.
to move. Nope. Too busy. So I tried for lunch. We'll see if she writes back.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, Jamie's not here and the house is super clean. Meet here.
Is he out of town? I was going to ask.
Yeah, he's in Phoenix.
Well, how dare he travel again?
Although
you get the center of the garage.
I get the center of the garage, and for this to have happened to me on, if I had to choose a week for this to happen to me, that did happen to me this week.
Oh, he was gone.
While he is gone, it was a good week for it to happen to me.
Yeah, I get that. Because when you're feeling miserable, you don't want anybody around.
Especially that kind of miserable. If I was like sick with the flu, no, I want him here because he needs to bring me, 7-Up and chicken noodle soup. But not this.
But there's 2 different kinds of people when they're not feeling well. The people that want to be 100% left alone, don't talk to them, don't even look at them. Right. My husband. Don't ask how they're feeling either. Just leave them alone. Or super needy. Wait on me hand and foot. Take care of me. Like,
I'm the in-betweener. I truly am the in-betweener.
Okay, so there might be this is probably a range. And my husband and I are on opposite ends of it. And he doesn't understand the pampering me.
He doesn't get that?
No. A little bit. He's getting better.
Okay.
But I'm like, no, I want you to bring me stuff in bed. But I also want to be left alone too. So maybe I'm an in-betweener.
You are an in-betweener. I think you're probably like me.
Once you bring me the stuff.
Bring me the stuff and get away.
Yeah.
Do you need anything? Yes. I need Sudafed, NyQuil, gummy bears, corn chips, 7-Up.
Pop-Tarts.
And
whatever.
Pop-Tarts. Yeah. Whatever your list is. And then bring me that stuff and then
go away.
And then go away. That's what I mean by I'm an in-betweener.
Because I know some friends where it's like they lay on the couch and they moan and groan and want all the attention.
Yeah, no.
I'm not that.
I'm not that either.
So I guess there's probably a scale of what you need or want.
Yeah.
Interesting. The places our conversations go. We do talk about knitting though. We do. Like I said, I'm working on this muscle.
Oh,
so I went to Dayton earlier this week. I've been in Ohio twice this week, ladies and gentlemen, if we have any gentlemen here. Don't want to leave you out. But I bought a spinning wheel. So I started spinning during COVID. That was my COVID project, and bought
learning to
mass amounts of fiber, because there's nothing else to do during COVID other than online shop, right? Have pretty packages arrive at your house and
squishy nonetheless too.
Exactly.
And when it's spinning, it's bigger squishy packages.
Yes. So I have an entire cedar trunk full of fiber.
Well, that's not bad. It's not a whole room.
No. It's a room of yarn. The fiber gets to be in my bedroom though. Yeah. The yarn is actually in Joe's bedroom. It hangs above him when he sleeps. And he
Oh,
said,
it's
at
so
least
sweet.
it will be soft if it falls on me.
Right? Yeah. I put mine in a big wagon wheel above, and if that falls down, it'll break the desk.
Well, the boards that they're hanging on are like, those would hurt. Those would probably.
Oh, and you're in his room?
Oh,
Yeah,
that
for
would-
sure they would.
I don't know that he would be able to get up after that. But he's the one that hung them up. So if they fall, it's his own damn fault.
Exactly. It's his fault.
Karen wants to be left alone when she's sick, when she's not feeling well. By the way, Karen, how are you feeling? Are you going to be at Tuesday knitting? Because I actually have Tuesday off this week. If I need to pick you up, I will pick you up.
You do? Why do you?
Yeah.
Is it?
So the reason, squirrel. I'm totally filling in for Deb by squirreling all over the place.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. Somebody needs to. It's not me.
So I have Tuesday off because I'm working Gen Con all weekend. I get to work Gen Con for work.
Shut the
But
front.
I'm gonna get paid to be at Gen Con all weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, granted, I won't be in the thick of Gen Con. Like, I won't get to do all the Gen Con-y things. But the Department of Veterans Affairs is having a booth in the nonprofit section up on the second
So
floor.
you're still going to get to see all the things.
Yeah, so I'll get to see things and potentially walk around a little bit because I have a badge.
And you get breaks, I would imagine.
Well, they said the table has to stay staffed like the whole time.
But
But
you
I'm
only
gonna have
one
to go to the bathroom.
Right. I'm like, is there really only one person out the booth? I can't imagine
Yeah.
that.
Hi,
Mags, we are international now.
Maggie. Okay, remind me where Mags is from.
South Africa.
Okay, all right. I'm so excited. Hi,
I know,
Mags.
right?
I should have remembered that, but I didn't. So I
That's
apologize.
okay. She
Yeah.
didn't announce it either, so it's
get to be at Gen Con all weekend. So because of that, I'm having a bunch of flex time.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Tuesday off so that I can go to knitting on Tuesday.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too.
You should have a late lunch.
I only get a half an hour lunch, and I technically don't even take that.
Well, you should just work an extra half an hour and have an hour.
Although since I'm a squirrel, since we're talking about lunch, since my job title changed in March. You know all that whole story.
Yeah.
You guys know that whole story. And I'm not really doing anything different. Like literally, I'm still not doing anything different because that email has not gone out to
Still
the staff.
And that's been months.
I've changed my email signature. Nobody said anything about that.
You should put it in like big bold and hot pink. Like,
well, it is the top one, and then water technician is the second one now. But all I do is okay. I can't remember. So my boss changed too. It used to be Jordan. Jordan, the fantastic looking warehouse manager.
I've only seen him once, but yes.
He's fantastic. To Mark, who's the vice president of operations.
And is at your office or is not at your office?
He is at our office.
Okay.
Which is fine. And he's a great person as well.
Good.
But I kind of when we had this little meeting and he let me know, and it was Mark, the vice president, who pulled me into his office. Yeah. And I was like,
things are changing.
Like, why is the vice president pulling me into his office? Whatever. I'm like, I hope I'm not being fired.
I know. Those are the worst when they're like
it's not my boss.
Can you come see me in 10 minutes? And you're like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah. And he's like, can you see me before you go for today? I'm like, yeah, no problem. So then he tells me all this, and I kind of in a sarcastic-y sort of, I was serious, but I wasn't serious. I said, because, I've been punching a time clock because my boss was the warehouse manager who was over warehouse workers, right?
Yeah. And they have to punch time.
And they have to punch a time clock. And so I've been punching a time clock. Now I knew from Jordan, he's just like, I said to him at one point in time, I'm like, Jordan, I know you've noticed, but I want to double check with you that it's okay. I'm not punching out for lunch because I don't really take a lunch. And he goes, no, I know. I just write you off for lunch. So I punch in the morning, I punch out in the afternoon. He takes a half an hour off because I eat lunch, but I eat it at my desk. Whatever. And I was okay with that. He was okay with that. Whatever. So when I'm in this meeting with my new manager, vice president, I said, so do I just do a spreadsheet now and send it to you for hours? I was hoping he would just go, no, your salary. Like, don't even worry about it. We'll just put it in for 40 and you let me know if you've taken vacation, because everybody else underneath him
is
salary. Not that I really want to be salary, because then they can go, well, you need to be here this time. You need to be here that time. But I'm 53.
It also has its downfalls. Yes.
I'm 53. I'm so tired of punching a freaking time clock. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
So now Jordan's like, he was having an issue with some people out in the warehouse punching wrong people's time clock, because we are like 1950s union based. Like, you have a paper card that you write your name on each week, and then there's the Monday through Friday.
No.
Yes, we do. And you slide it in at the appropriate slot to hit your time in, time out for lunch, time back from lunch, time out for the day, the 4 slots for the day. And a lot of people just could not get that correct.
Okay.
And then they're grabbing wrong people's time things and punching in wrong areas. So Jordan, when I said to Jordan, I go, Jordan, is it okay if I just write my time in, keep it at my desk? And he's like, yeah, that's totally good. I still turn my time into Jordan, who he then changes it over to an Excel spreadsheet and then sends it to my boss for approval.
Why can't you just do the Excel
then
spreadsheet?
Sends it to payroll.
Yeah, why can't you just do the Excel spreadsheet? That's not very lean.
This is like micromanage at its finest.
I need to come in and do some lean processes with you all.
They hired in an outside,
a lean practitioner.
Yeah, for operations.
Yeah. We need them to do their job.
They probably did, and they probably gave recommendations.
Or hire Carlye to come actually make it happen.
Well, they probably gave recommendations.
And then they didn't follow them.
They don't follow the recommendations.
Sounds like the government. Oh.
Right.
Tell my bosses I said that.
But we all know it's true. We all know it's true.
Yeah.
That slipped. That was not your real self.
No.
You can bleep that out.
Yeah. Bleep, 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 bleep.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
Aw, man, ads are gonna play for some people soon.
Oh,
That's the worst. I hate when I'm watching and an ad pops up. I'm like, stop it! I want to watch them. Anyway, went to the yarn shop and in Columbus because I was buying another spinning wheel because I learned to spin during COVID. I already have 2 spinning wheels, y'all. 2. So I have an Ashford Traditional, which looks pretty much like what you'd think of a spinning wheel to look like. And then I was like, and that has a single treadle, 1 foot. I was like, I want
like Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Spinning wheel. Yeah.
But no like little spindly pokey thing.
Right. Right.
We don't need that. Anyway.
That's so extra.
Right. So I was like, I want a double treadle spinning wheel, but I want one that folds up so I can take it places. So I got an Ashford Kiwi 3 and I hate it.
That was the one that you brought over here the one time.
No, I brought the traditional.
Oh, did you? Oh.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Anyway, the Kiwi and I have not been friends, haven't been able to get it to like be my friend. And this is true for some spinning wheels. Like some are better fits for certain people and some are not, like anyway. I didn't test drive it. I bought it because I thought that's what I wanted. stick with the Ashford family, right? Very reputable source, can get replacement parts, etc. Which was good because when that one was mailed to me, it came broken.
Oh.
So I got all the replacement parts and fixed it up. Not friends. So I was like, I still want a double treadle spinning wheel. So I went to that Sleeping Bear Fiber Retreat last year.
Yeah.
And Jillian Morano, I think that's her last name, she wrote the book Yarn and Texture for spinning and teaches spinning like all over the world.
Right. Okay.
That's what she has, a Lendrum wheel, and it folds up and has a backpack and you can carry it. It's a Canadian-based maker.
Okay.
But he's no longer making wheels.
Okay.
So the prices on these have notched up just a little. Plus, they were more expensive to begin with because
it's not a big conglomerate making it. It's a single,
and
handmade. Yeah,
there might be some stuff that's not. I don't know, but handmade has a little Canadian maple leaf sticker on it. Yada. So I have been searching. That was in November last year. I have been searching for that wheel because she talked it up really a lot and was like, it's so easy. It's the easiest wheel I've ever spun on, blah, 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 like all these things. I did not actually get a chance to try it. I'm sure I could have if I had asked, but some other people were trying it and I understand. I felt weird.
Right.
So I've been searching Facebook Marketplace and spinning wheel selling groups and all the things. And there have been some fake. You got to be careful when it's rough out there on Facebook Marketplace with fake stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get taken advantage of. And I didn't want it to be shipped because of my last experience with shipping.
Yeah. And then this one is going to be even more difficult to get parts for.
Right.
Right.
And apparently Mr. Lendrum, I don't know if that's his real name, but we'll call him Mr. Lendrum, is still going to do parts.
Sure.
But not
the whole thing.
Yeah. But who knows how long he's going to do that, right? Like people only live and do things for so long. And then don't do them anymore. So I found one in Ohio, in Northfield, Ohio, which is about a 5.5, 6 hour drive from where we're at. I was like, I don't want to drive that far. So instead of bargaining on price, I asked if they would meet me halfway.
Yeah.
In Columbus, which was probably a little bit further for me than them, but whatever. It was the first like big city halfway. I was like, let's meet at a knitting store in Columbus. That way we know everyone's safe. Everyone's what. So anyway,
and it's a place we want to go anyway. So
exactly. So we did that. And that's where I drove up to yesterday to get it. Sad story. I believe I was messaging the mother, the owner of the spinning wheel, and then she passed away suddenly.
Oh no.
The mother knew she was dying, but didn't tell her daughters.
Oh my God.
Anyway, sad story. Feel terrible for this family. Apparently this mom, the daughter showed me some amazing pictures of what this mother makes. She makes these felted things with like real flowers felted into them and shawls and just all the things that are absolutely gorgeous.
Right. Yeah.
And was signed up to do a show in August. And she's like, I don't know if we're still going to do the show, blah, blah, blah. So the yarn shop owner and I were talking with her and we're like, do the show.
Do the show.
Do the show. Because she was saying they want her mom's things to go to people that are going to care about them.
Yeah.
And at the show, they're going to go to people that care about them.
Right.
I said, put up a little memorial sign and say that you're having the show in remembrance of your mom. Blah, 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 like a little blurb about her story.
Yeah.
And then the shop owner was like, sell things at a really good price. So they sell. And, you know.
But keep the favorite for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I found out that any of the things of their moms that they're selling of like craft wise is going into a fund because the mom had a dog. and a cat to pay for the dog and the cat, like food, vet bills, etc.
Care.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So anyway, I went and got the spinning wheel and visited the yarn shop.
Yeah.
Because I had to. It is called, let me find it.
Yeah. What is the name of this yarn shop?
614 Knit Studio. I'm guessing that is their, yes, that's their area code on their phone number.
Oh, okay.
Which super cute. But look at her. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Look at her card. It's like got a beautiful like pattern on it.
Yeah, it's like Granny Square.
And her car
301. Her
car is wrapped in that same design.
That is a cool.
Her vehicle is wrapped in that same design.
That is like a wicked cool design. I love that.
And her name is.
Does she have that pattern somewhere where we can buy that pattern?
No. Okay. Story behind that. Andrea Panzica, Panzica is the owner.
Okay.
Sweetest person ever. She has been a judge at the Ohio State Fair for their fiber arts. And she was telling me this year they had this gorgeous parasol that was all lace with beadwork.
Okay.
Done. And the people that set up the displays folded said parasol and put it into a case, folded. So you cannot see all of the amazing work that was done on it. Yeah. And blankets, she says they fold the blankets into like tiny little for display. I'm like, I can't say anything.
I hope that they don't call a crocheted piece a knit piece.
Right. So anyway, I was like, yeah, sounds like similar things that happen over at the Indiana State Fair. Also with pieces that go missing.
You're right.
So anyway, super sweet. She's got classes, events, crochet, spin, weave. So if you're anywhere near Columbus, Ohio ever, stop in, see her. She's amazing. But I am a Casapinka fangirl. Over the moon, excited about everything Casapinka. Designer. Got to meet her this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I bring up, Casapinka comes up because I ask her about this cowl. Thinking of Colleen, actually. This cowl is gorgeous that she has laying there in her shop. And I'm like, what pattern is this? And she's like, oh, it's the most recent, Casapinka.
And you're like,
and I'm like, I'm a huge fan.
I'm a fan girl. Like,
she is friends with Casapinka. Met her at Rhinebeck one year because Casapinka saw her car wrapped in this and had to find the owner of said vehicle. So Bronwyn had to find who owned the car wrapped in this design.
Well, is it wrapped in knitwear, or is it knitted or crocheted, or is it like a peel and stick?
Peel and stick wrap.
Okay.
It's this design.
Okay. I missed the design.
It's knit stitches that are on there.
Yeah, this is knit. So these are slip stitches, but probably easier to do in crochet.
Anyway.
Potentially, whatever. It's a cool design.
Apparently, Andrea said that Bronwyn, Casapinka, has tried to do a design around this, but it has never worked out the way that they want. I don't know. So maybe someday we will have a pattern that is like this because it's beautiful and gorgeous, and I could probably count and figure out.
Mm-hmm.
You literally close enough you can count the stitches.
Yeah, I was gonna say here. You could count the stitches on there.
But amazing shop, beautiful.
Looks like slips. I would imagine that you could slip those stitches.
Yeah, I would think so.
If you did it in knit, but you could also color work it. You could color work that in the round.
Absolutely. Make a hat. I should make a hat and send it to her.
Yes. Just transfer that onto
chart paper.
And
I can play with my colored pencils.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I started to do that. That's with the hat that I ended up taking
Yeah.
back. That was a design that I found and loved, and I made a made a chart on graph paper because
Okay.
but
I can
yeah,
do that.
we need that written up on a chart,
Okay.
a piece of graph paper. Yeah, we need that, please.
Oh, Janet, you saw her car at Rhinebeck? Yes. I didn't see her car when I was there in Ohio. It probably maybe was parked behind the building, or maybe she walks to work or gets dropped. I don't know. But super sweet. I think they have stuff online too. Again, it's 614 Knit Studio. Like, I don't get super like stoked about knit stores very often.
You sent us several photos and a video.
And I did a whole walk around video. Amazing setup for people to sit and knit right at the front of the store with sunlight.
Yeah, natural light.
Natural light. She was at your hotel. Oh, and Maggie said she's finishing all of her blankets and she has 6 baby blankets. Wow, that's a lot of blankets, Maggie.
That's awesome.
Are they all knit? That knitting baby blankets takes forever.
It does take a while.
I prefer to crochet them.
I do too.
Because it goes faster.
After the podcast last week, so I have a couple of crochet blankets in my great room. And Debs goes, "Is that a new blanket?" Now, it has been there for years and years and years.
Probably
and
as
years
long
and
as
years.
You've known Deb. Longer than you've known Deb, maybe.
Well, both of those blankets were done when I lived here.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't. So it'd be close.
Yeah.
Both of them would be close. So I did a corner to corner in what is Crazy Yarn. That was the first one that I did, and then I did a fiddle bit one. That's my next fiddle bit one.
I have to say, if the corner to corner ever goes missing, it wasn't me.
You can have the fiddle bit one if you want it.
Okay.
The crazy one, that one stays.
Well, if it ever goes missing, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I'm still. How long have we been? Because Colleen did her 10 stitch in Crazy Yarn.
And a corner to corner.
Yeah.
She's finished that too, girl.
Still
You still
working on my 10 stitch. It's been in timeout because I found other things I want to do.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is. She said that she thought that 10 stitch blanket was going to be a 10-year thing, and she probably had it done in 5.
Mine will be a 10-year thing.
Yours will be a 10-year thing, which is totally good.
Although I think, hopefully my mom doesn't watch this episode. My mom told me I'm not allowed to talk about her anymore after I ragged on her about the knit along that I never finished.
I can understand that.
Anyway, of course, she picks it up, and that's the episode she chooses to watch.
Right, of course.
But
so she'll probably be watching now from now on just to see if you talk about her. So don't say anything about her.
She's become an amazing sock knitter.
Good.
She
awesome.
has done 3 pairs for herself. And this is all in like the last month, I feel like.
Well,
she's retired.
Yeah.
So. Then she goes, hey, I was up for garage sale weekend. Last weekend or the weekend before, whatever. And she goes, if you bring some yarn up with you, I'll make you a pair of socks. Okay.
How many skeins do you want me to bring you? I will take as many pairs of socks as you want to make me.
Several skeins up there.
Yeah, I would too.
But one was a pack she got me. It was 2 caked yarns in a box. I think they're unique yarn. Ready to do a pair of socks. Like,
yeah.
So she had those done in like days.
Okay, you're gonna have to start calling your mom Leah. Is she like super fast, or
I don't know.
She just doesn't.
But she's retired, so that's what she does all day. Well, maybe not all day, but that's what she does. Is knit. And I'm so excited. I get to go get them in like 2 weekends from her. They're pink striped socks, and I'm hoping she makes me some more pairs of socks.
Yeah.
But last November, I took this mess. A little tangled right now, but anyway, this is a sock. I took this up to the retreat.
Yeah. Okay. In November.
The Sleeping Bear retreat in November. And I only ever got maybe this far, down to where these fingers are.
Okay.
And then I would royally screw it up and rip the whole thing out. Because it's tiny yarn, right? I'm knitting these on ones. And then I would do it again. And then it finally went into timeout until garage sale weekend. Ripped it all out, whatever I had, because I didn't know where I had stopped, didn't know what was going on, so I just ripped it up. Threw away a big hunk of yarn because it had been knit so many times that it was just like gross. And then I can't tell you how many times I started this cuff in Michigan and then would screw it up and rip it out. I was so frustrated, but I was not going to let this sock beat me. So now I'm down. I've turned the heel. I've gusseted. I've done all the things that are complicated in a sock, right? And now I'm just to the knit part of the toe. And you're all probably wondering why my yarn is so crinkly and like whatever. I'll show you in just a second. But now it's just knit. But I'm afraid I'm going to have second sock syndrome because of the trauma that this put me through of having to do that again. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to overcome it. I've done socks before, but apparently this... Plus, I've switched to doing, what is this called? Magic loop. And so maybe that's my problem. Maybe I'll try non-magic loop.
Flexies or something.
Yeah, when I start the next sock. But these, I think I've shown you long times ago, are the painted sock blanks that I got during COVID times.
Yeah.
That is Indianapolis. That's our Soldiers and Sailors Monument, our AES building, etc. So this is why it's crinkly. Because
it's coming off of a knit.
From there and do it. And I think some people steam to get the crinkles out or whatever. I'm just knitting it. Like whatever.
Just knitting it.
It'll
block.
That shit will block right out.
Yeah.
I almost bought a sticker at the 614 shop that said that. And then I put it down and forgot to buy it.
That shit will block out. Right.
But I did find some goodies when I was there. She dyes some of her own yarn. And I've gotten big into tweeds. So if it's
so cool, aren't they?
If it's called Studio Dog Fibers, she does these herself, dyes them. Kind of a mauve. Would you say that's a mauve? A rosy, dusty rose, and a tealy green.
Yeah,
a seafoamy green.
Specks of tweed in it. Yeah,
they're gonna be a musselburg.
One side one and one side the other.
I think I'm going to stripe it.
Oh, that would be cool too.
Yeah.
You will have enough for two.
I know, but I'm hoping maybe a musselburg and a scarf.
Maggie wants to know if I look at Heart Hook Home, she makes corner to corner crochet. In the round. I have never seen.
We need to write that down.
Yeah, where's Deb?
Neither of us came prepared to write. Where's Deb?
Where's Deb when we need somebody to write something down?
Heart Hook Home.
I am intrigued because that would be a cool cowl.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't be difficult. Well, wait. Nope, I have to write it down.
Heart Hook Home.
Okay.
I am looking it up.
I will look it up after the show.
Yeah. So these are 85% superwash merino and 15% Donegal nep, the little tweety bits. 2-ply fingering. The she hand dyes.
I like
herself.
I like that color combo.
Yeah, but she has a dog.
So you could have some dog hairs in there?
No. But she also does stuff for a dog rescue in Michigan. It's a bird dog rescue. So dogs that might be put down or dogs that maybe a bit once and can be remediated and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And so she has stuff in her shop that goes towards that rescue.
Awesome.
Yeah, that you buy. I didn't end up getting any of those items when I was there. But her dog had just had a birthday. So she had a whole table of books for like $5 and all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
So then she gave me this sticker, the Studio Dog Fiber sticker that you can get if you buy any of her yarns. And some of what she does is she has local people spin fiber and she sells that as well.
Awesome.
So it might not be dyed. And then they were having their Heartland Yarn Crawl. Tons and tons and tons of stores on this Heartland Yarn Crawl. So she gave me, even though I wasn't part of the yarn crawl, she gave me a little heart stitch marker that says 614 Knit
cool.
Studio. Isn't that cute? I love these wooden they're lightweight.
Do you want it on a different thing other than a...
No, I think it's okay like this. It'll be unique.
I could hook you up.
I know. But this way it'll be unique to her shop.
Okay.
Then she had some clearance yarn. Of course I had to shop the clearance
yarn. Clearance yarn. I mean, we always have to go look at the clearance yarn.
And it was tweed.
And how can
obsessed with tweed lately. And it is Mad Tosh, 420 yards. They don't do this base anymore, I guess. It's TML plus tweed, whatever that means. 90 superwash, 8 viscose, and 2 nylon. That has little yellow bits in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a brownish gray. It's
taupey brown gray.
Taupey brown gray, yeah.
This is my daughter would call this taupey brown gray. It's
with
not
yellow bits.
With little yellow bits and little bronzy bits and greeny bits.
And tweedy bits. And then sitting next to it was this beautiful yellow that is called winter wheat. Oh, this one was called Tiny House. And this is winter wheat. So I'm growing winter wheat outside my tiny house.
Yeah. Which this reminds me of like a standard like mustard.
Yeah.
It's not like highlighter yellow. It is like a mustardy yellow.
It is not French's mustard.
No.
No. This is like Grey Poupon mustard.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they go together.
They do. They go together well.
So
I wonder if that would be a good like shadow shawl. Let me take a photo and we'll see if they contrast.
See which one.
If they contrast enough.
Yeah, one of these could be a shadow shawl.
Yeah. Let's just take a. If you guys don't know how to do this, we'll just put all of these together. You just take a photo
and make it black and white.
Make it black and white, and if you can see the. I want to edit. Now I have to remember how to do this on my phone. Yeah, this way. No.
None of them contrast enough.
So I took a photo of them all side by side and none of them contrast enough. They're all within the same kind of hue family. So they're not going to show up if you knit them side by side. They're not going to be super contrasty. That doesn't mean that you can't do them. They're just neither color is going to pop.
Yeah. But this was another large-ish purchase that we're just not telling the husband that I made.
It's okay.
I don't need any more yarn. Who actually needs more yarn? Most people don't. People have yarn. I say most because some do very well with not overbuying myself. But they're two separate hobbies, folks.
They are. And what's really odd in my world is I don't actually buy that much yarn. At least I don't think I buy that much yarn. And yet,
you don't.
And yet I still have a lot of yarn in my room.
Well, a lot of it appears because of Deb.
Yeah, and to be fair, I don't go through. I don't get through my yarn that fast.
Well, and I'm just, if she gives us 2 skeins every Christmas, that's a lot of yarn when you're not going through it very fast.
When you're not going through it, not only, 2 skeins at Christmas, but then it's a skein or 2 on your birthday.
Oh, look, I picked this up in
look, I was
London.
I was in Ireland, and this was your favorite color.
Yeah.
And I probably get 6 to 8 skeins a year from Deb.
You probably don't have to buy yarn because Deb
keeps
Deb's your dealer.
And then you know, there's trips to like
the sock yarn store.
Yeah, in
Simply Sock.
Simply Sock. We did that, and
they're
got like
me all the time.
I got like 10 skeins of yarn when I went there because it was a good deal, and I had a gift card burning a hole in my pocket. So I have a room full of yarn. Mm-hmm. And no matter what the pattern is, it doesn't matter what it is. I could go into my room and find yarn to do it.
I have been doing really well with not buying yarn. I get my monthly subscription, which I forgot to bring with to show you all. And I went to this yarn store. But I have been doing, everyone is posting their advent calendars and their, whatever you want to call them, calendars, holiday calendars, countdown calendars, whatever. Fiber Seed just posted theirs. Looks like it's going to be gorgeous. Dye to Knit, I think, is just posted. I mean, my Instagram is full of all of these advents. And in past years, I was buying 3 and 4 of them.
Yeah, Sunsoak does one too.
Expensive.
Sunsoak does one too. I need to get some of her yarn because hers is all done in the Arizona sun. Yeah, it's
we
all
should put an order together.
Natural
together.
yarn.
I just said I was being good, but if I just get 1 skein or 2 matching skeins,
right. I mean, it's Okay. She always does an advent though too, and then the only reason why I even found out about her was because she ordered some stitch markers from me for her advent calendar a couple of years ago.
She should do that again. Sunsoak Yarns, you should get some more. Because her stitch markers are amazing. In fact, I may go shopping today in her room.
Yeah, you know how you can shop with me. It's no big deal. I did not get any new ones put up in Etsy this week. I have some that will be going up soon.
Can you say what theme they are?
Oh yeah, it's Christmas. So right there.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
the
little
bells.
jingle bells. I just haven't taken photos of them.
Okay.
They're little drop set of 3 jingle bells.
Yeah, I think you talked about them 2 weeks ago.
I'm not. Yeah, I did.
I didn't watch last week's yet.
I just haven't been feeling well enough to take photos at the appropriate time of day.
There's been construction going on.
Yeah, there's been a backup issue. It's not construction.
Well, the construction was probably causing the backup.
Yeah.
Kind of like I-94.
Right. It was rush hour. It was rush hour in Sue's digestive system this last week. And it just makes you just feel like a complete slug.
Miserable.
And so like I literally did nothing. It was a perfect week for my husband to be gone because literally
when does he come back?
Nothing. He comes back on Monday. Okay. His birthday was yesterday, so
happy birthday, Jamie!
He decided to stay over the weekend and golf at a couple of places that he's wanted to golf.
Good for him.
Yeah, so he's flying back on Monday.
Yeah.
That's how much yarn you have left.
That's how much I have left.
And then she's done with that. I'm
done with my muscle.
Sure, just doing a muscle, not the bird part.
It'll probably have a long ribbing, but whatever.
It's okay. It's all good. I literally just did a round here with you guys, and that's the only knitting I've done this week.
I got a lot done in the car.
Yeah,
that sock, a lot of that was done in the car and at the conference because I don't sit still well. So when you're sitting at an all-day conference and it's all in the same room for all day, I need something to occupy my brain.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say my brain. I need something to occupy my hands so that my brain can take in the information.
Right. And that's the perfect place to knit on something like a muscle bird because you don't have to think anything. You can just be knitting.
I was doing my sock.
Yeah. Well, that's just knitting too.
Yep.
And
I was doing.
I want this to be done.
That is your.
This is my bend and snap.
Bend and snap. Okay.
I want
it looks like it's getting close. You're on the decrease.
I'm not. This isn't a decreased hat.
Oh. Never mind. I take that back.
It's kind of like a ponytail hat. It's a, but not really because even the ponytail hats are decreased. This is not decreased at all.
This
It
is
has
a dreadlock hat.
This is the dreadlock hat. But the dreadlock hat is done in crochet. I actually have that one. I should put it up. It's for people with really long dreadlocks.
This is the knit version.
This is kind of the knit version,
Kind
but
of.
this has a spiral.
Okay, I love it.
I've told the story, I don't know, a million times. I've done this hat before.
Tori. Poor Tori is never gonna live this down.
She's not.
Even at the 4th of July party, she was getting grief for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I sent the first hat that I completed to my daughter to have photos taken. And then she proceeded to lose the hat. It is what it is.
Tori, this one is not getting sent to you.
No, it's not. I'll find somebody to maybe I'll put it on Jamie's head and take a photo of it that way. I think that would be a fantastic photo on a pattern.
Sasquatch.
But essentially the top is open, and then you do like an I-cord cord and you cinch it.
You can use my I-cord maker.
You have an I-cord maker?
I do.
Awesome.
From Cordsmith.
Is it a winder one like that so it doesn't really fast, or you have to pick it? You have to pick it around? Oh, okay.
I'll bring it. I'll show you. I don't have it with me.
Okay.
But I think her name is Autumn. But Cordsmith is the original designer of the Cordsmith to do I-cord. You can do an I-cord bind off with it. You can just make a shit ton of I-cord with it. You can do all kinds of I-cordy things with it.
Nice.
She has a bigger size one, and now she made a mini one to make smaller I-cord for like drawstrings and who's its and what's its. So I speak out very strongly about this because she is the original maker of it. There are so many others out there that have now copied it. They've done wooden ones. They are not the original makers.
Okay, we get it.
She 3D prints the handles and whatnot. It's a whole family operation. Her husband, her child, and her. This is what they do. She also started the Size Inclusive network. It's on Instagram, Size Inclusive. If you search that, for patterns for
nice.
Bigger girls, smaller girls, all size people.
Bigger girls. I'm in that club.
Because a lot of designers will not design for us larger folks. Or they will not design for the super smaller folks. It's just like your typical middle
range
of
medium large, extra large.
Oh, Nancy, you want me to show the Cordsmith? I can do that next time I'm on. Absolutely. I have to refigure out how to use it myself because it's been sitting. I haven't needed to do I-cord, so I have to retrain my.
Well, this could be done with an I-cord, or you could do a chain.
We're gonna do an I-cord.
We're gonna do an I-cord. Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna figure one out. So she has this huge push, and it's not just about size inclusive, but it's also about pattern testing inclusive. So a lot of designers will put out their pattern, and I've been the recipient of this, and it's not been fun. They say, hey, I need pattern testers. You have 3 weeks. Well, I'm a big girl.
Right.
So I make big girl sizes.
Yep.
And the pattern tester for the extra small is done in week 1. And me, who is a 2 to 3X person.
And the small person is using 800 yards of yarn for a sweater, and I'm
spending way more money.
Right.
Because
we use 38 cloth. We use 3,800 yards of
and I'm making a big girl size. Not going to happen in 3 weeks, folks.
Right.
Not going to happen.
Right.
And they're expecting this, and they're demanding this, and they're wondering because they're like, I can't find pattern testers for the bigger sizes. They're just not out there. Blah.
Yeah.
Bullshit. We are out there.
But we need
more time.
We need more time.
And so
they need to be actually more
inclusive.
I don't want to say inclusive. They need to be more organized to get the patterns out to the people give them enough time to be able to give. to give them
Be
the
res-
time
be res-
that is necessary.
Be
to
respectful
do
of
it.
our time, because number one, most of us
Yeah.
have full-time jobs. We can't just sit and knit, period, all the time. And we're trying to do this to you as a favor, in a way, right? Like, we're doing this, we're spending our money to test your pattern.
Yeah.
We're probably getting a free pattern out of it. Okay. Like,
A lot of the times you're not getting the free yarn.
We get this pattern and then one other of your patterns for free.
Yeah.
So $8, $10, $15 pattern, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's BS that they don't realize that they need testers.
Yeah. And I get it.
Testers.
You pattern maker don't make a ton of money selling patterns, because then people go and share them for free, blah, 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 which buy your patterns.
I have a... Okay, go on.
You pay for a copy editor, text editor.
Yeah.
Whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm.
And things like that. Like, I get that. But you have to give us time to knit these things. So the owner of the Cordsmith has started a repository for size inclusive patterns. She has started a repository for pattern testers to put your name on this list that you're willing to test patterns. And she's also put a repository up for designers to put up their information when they're looking for pattern testers. Cool. She's also done in this repository a thing for places and things that are willing to donate maybe some of the yarn for a pattern to be tested. And it's a whole big thing she's come up with, and it's still a work in progress, but she's doing amazing things with trying to put all this together to make the knitting community more friendly to people who want to test, to people who are testing the bigger sizes, to people who need the really, really tiny sizes, to people who need all the sizes. Like, right. I'm not saying it's just for the big girls, but it takes time.
No, or completely.
And some of us may not have the monies to, maybe the designer wants it done in this specific yarn that, and you can't use something from Stash. Maybe we don't have the money, but we really want to help you out and test your pattern. So then someone can help, be like, hey, I can actually afford the yarn. You test it. Like, it just seems
well, and I think that they're like, so what would you think if a designer, like, if I write simple patterns, like I don't write anything really, really difficult, but if I came to you and I said, I want to write this pattern for a sweater and I need to do this size, but I only have the first step. Can I send you the first step and you tell me what you think of this first step? And you would have a thing maybe going for 6 months, because I'm thinking of the pattern and doing the pattern in maybe my size, which is 3X, right? And then I'm sending it to somebody else who's maybe a medium.
Kind of doing it right along with you.
Yeah, but doing it in a completely different size. I wonder if there are knit designers out there that do it that way.
I don't know.
That have different sizes working at the same pace that you are while you're designing it.
I don't know, but I think that's a brilliant idea as well. I just think,
because I think what happens is the designer gets done and they have done the project in their size, and then they did the math to try and figure out if normally, like, it goes, this is what the stitch work would be for these sizes, and then they send it out to then they can't send it out to the public and say that this has been test knit until they send it to test knitters and have it done. I think that's why they put a limit on it, because they're antsy to get it to the public.
Yep.
But
or maybe they're doing it for an organization that's gonna, or a company that's gonna be releasing the pattern under their name with this designer. Like, let's say it's Yarn Inspirations. They're a big company, right? And that company has put a time limit. Yeah. That we need the pattern by this date.
Well, then then you need to pay them, and this is that person's job.
Yeah, it makes things hard. Yeah. I really, I think her name is Autumn. I'd have to look it up, but I think she's doing amazing things. She's gotten a lot of.
I think that's an awesome idea.
She's gotten a lot of haters.
Whatever. But you know what? People got to just stop with the hate and all of this stuff. It's just ridiculous.
She has done the Cordsmiths for all of the however you see yourself, transgender, binary. She's done the little cordsmiths in the flags for all of those. If you're not interested in those, then don't buy those.
Right.
Don't hate on her for that. And then she's doing one that's like red, white, and blue, and then green, and then something else for Kamala. If you don't have the same political beliefs, don't hate on her. Just don't buy them.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Like, we can all have our own beliefs and still think it's an amazing, cool product. Like, whatever. And buy the pink one, or everyone should buy a pink one, by the way. Sue and I love pink.
We love pink. Yes, we love our pink.
Just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, buy your favorite color.
Do we know of a yarn dyer or shop that actually advocates both sides?
I don't know.
I don't know of any. Do you guys know of any?
But everyone can have their own beliefs.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Have your beliefs. Yep. I don't care. I want pretty yarn, and I want an amazing tool that does I-cord for me.
I don't want to have to do it with 4 freaking things.
I want a pattern that's going to actually fit me, and I want a pattern that I can actually have enough time to test it. And
right.
Like,
yeah.
Your beliefs are your beliefs. My beliefs are my beliefs. If you want to voice them, go for it. I don't really care.
I don't understand.
We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't understand why the yarn world even has to have anything that is in the forefront of the political world. Like, it's not necessary. We're talking about patterns and yarn and equipment. So
she wanted to do a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, do a fundraiser. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. I still want a pink cordsmith. Or a rainbow one. Or because I love rainbows. Like, I just love rainbows. And did you know nowadays they're only teaching them red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple? Mm-hmm. They're leaving out indigo. There's no more Roy G. Biv. Poor indigo.
Poor indigo.
It will always be Roy G. Biv to me.
Yeah. Roy G. Biv.
I only learned that because my little cousin that I met in Columbus for lunch, he's 4. And
he was telling you about it.
He saw this hat and he goes, "Oh, it's a rainbow." And I'm like, "Yes, it is." And he's like, "Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple." And I was like, "Indigo, purple." He's like, "No, blue, purple." And Mike, the dad, was like, "Yeah, they're only teaching them." Oh, okay.
I agree. Ashley. Yeah. Can you see that?
Yeah.
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 I agree.
Yeah. Nope, I get it.
Yep.
And it is what it is. You know, people are going to believe whatever they believe. But why can't we all just be nice to each other? Just be nice. Just be kind.
Because too much of it is out there and
social media has made it so much worse. And TV.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did a study on it, y'all. It's appalling.
It is. It's horribly appalling, and social media has killed.
And my study was before social media really existed on school shootings. Like, that's what I was researching, was if a violent school shooting type movie came out, the level of school shootings went up.
Right.
There was a correlation because it was televised, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I think that happens with everything.
Yeah, it's real. It's real, folks.
Yeah.
And yes, I use social media. I have Instagram. I have Snapchat now. Because my coworkers are all like in their 20s and they all Snapchat, and so I got that. I do not TikTok. I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
I have a TikTok, but I don't post anything.
Facebook has the little videos now, so I do that, which is, I guess, similar to TikTok.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. I don't go on to much of any of it. I go onto Instagram to see if anybody has messaged us. And I post things on there occasionally. I'm not even as, I don't know what I'm doing there. So, like, sorry.
Yeah. I definitely don't use it as much as I used to. I use it more to post my knitting, maybe vacations with hubby. share funny stuff.
But so much of it is
Yeah.
is politics. And it's incorrect politics, and I can't stand it. So it just drives me nuts.
I just, it's what it is. Sorry to sidetrack us.
Yep.
We took you over time. I'm sorry. It's hard when I'm not been on here very often.
I with my daughter here, and we cleaned up my room a bit, not a lot, but a bit. I ran across some rings that I had already had the beads on them, but
You hadn't glued them.
I hadn't glued them. So that's what I started doing this morning. So these ones are now glued.
Yay.
Now I already have a posting with these up. These are the older aluminum rings.
Oh, the magnetic ones.
No, they're not magnetic.
Oh,
they're not steel.
Never mind. Sorry, lie.
They're aluminum.
Aluminum.
These are not magnetic, but I already have a listing with these up. So because I didn't realize I had so many of them, that may be a clearance item. Oh. But I do have
a sale going on right now, right?
I do have a 25% sale going on.
And she's not going to do it again.
Nope, not doing it again for Christmas in July. So everything's on sale.
You have only a few more days. It is the 28th, folks. Where did July go?
I don't know.
It was just my birthday, which was the 1st. And now it's the 28th. My birthday month is almost gone.
It is. It is.
That's okay.
So that may go into the clearance. I have a clearance line. So those are 50% off. Those may go into the clearance because I didn't realize that I had as many as I do. Even after, so Marcia likes the magnetic ones, which are steel.
I remember doing we did the refrigerator magnet in the jar to find all of them.
Yeah, I have a jar full of these stitch markers, and we fished out all the steel ones
for Marcia.
With the magnet for Marcia, because she has one of those magnetic bowls. Maybe I should do some more of those.
Do you want magnetic ones?
Yeah, do you guys want magnetic stitch markers? Are there more Marcias out there in the world? Do you guys really like magnetic stitch markers? Just the rings that you can go into the magnetic bowl, and they don't.
Or the little. Some people have a little bracelet with the little magnetic, and they.
I wonder if those wouldn't be cool to have. The sewing magnet, right? I wonder if you couldn't put that onto a project, a magnetic ring holder, and you could put rings on there. I wonder if that couldn't be a thing. What do you guys think? Do you think that could be? You know what I'm talking about, right? They know what I'm talking about.
That would be interesting. I don't know.
I don't know if
Apparently all my emails are coming in because my watch is going boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. I just got a boop, 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 boop. Well, you guys let us know if that would be a thing you guys would want. Otherwise, I'm going to stick with my anodized aluminum rings because I love them. They're super light and everybody seems to like them. And I've been able to get different colors lately. I only use one supplier. They're American made. And I like that. I like that. They're in St. Paul.
Oh, back home in
Minnesota.
I was talking about Minnesota the other day.
I kind of like locally. This is a small shop. They actually do rings for chainmail. That's what their business is all about. They do the things for like the armor.
Yeah, and for cosplay armor and all the jazz.
Yeah.
Well, that would be fun.
Yeah. Says they have a very small line of anodized aluminum, but it is increasing because the color stays.
Okay.
So you can get like a steel ring that's been colored in paint,
and then it'll come
and then it comes off. I don't like those. This anodized aluminum they're lighter and the color stays
because it's all the way through.
I don't think it's all the way through. I think it's some sort of chemical process that happens. So you can't etch it off. It doesn't come off.
Okay.
At any rate.
I need a Mr. Rogers little thing.
Yeah, I need
You know how you would do the little
this
is how this is done.
Bill Nye the Science Guy needs to show us how to do that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we need Bill at the science
So
guy.
Bill, if you're watching
Sheldon
this,
Cooper, could you show us how to do this?
if anyone knows Bill or Sheldon, let them know. We need these things.
We need to know.
Um,
Inquiring minds want to know. I don't know how to do it. I'm sure there's a YouTube video on it. But
who was it that posted the picture of Snoop with the Olympic glasses?
Karen.
Oh yeah.
Karen. So Karen sent me, she sent me a separate one. She goes, Snoop is introductions commentating on the Olympics, and all I could think of was the equestrian. So I'm like, this is fantastic. Snoop is the commentator for the Olympics. Like, oh my God. Yeah, so she took a photo of her TV with the Olympics going on and sending it to me. I think separately. That wasn't a group one, and I'm at work, so I see Snoop commentating. And then she sent the group
a picture of him with
or
the
was
Olympic
it Colleen? Did Colleen
glasses
do
on.
it?
I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah, we found out Snoop was one of the announcers for
That's
the
funny.
Olympics. Snoop Dogg. I'm surprised that Martha Stewart wasn't by his side. Or Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. We squirrel.
Yeah, we scrolled a lot.
We love you all. We appreciate that you hung out with us.
Yep. We'll talk to you later.
Viewers.
Yeah. They drop off at the end. They know we're at our end.
So love you all. We'll see you. I don't know. I think Deb's back next week. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe Sue
hit the like, hit the subscribe, and you'll get a notification.
Get an alert, or maybe Sue will do an Instagram post that says
Yeah, I try to.
Yeah.
I try.
Deb, just for you, it's not a touchscreen. Love you all. Yes, I want to end it.
Oh my goodness.